It is a physical game.
Yeah, definitely.
How physical?
Well, I mean, there are different ways. You're in a wheelchair. You're strapped into this piece of metal, 15, 20-pound piece of metal. So you're not really. It becomes a part of your body, and different plays and maneuvers just sort of get you in a position where you're not exactly completely balanced,
right.
And you could hit the deck pretty easily.
What pisses you off when people sort of come by, see you guys practicing, see a game, or just see you, on campus?
What pisses me off as a wheelchair athlete is when I address the fact that I'm an athlete and people sort of look at me as, oh, good for you. You're getting out, you're doing something. Fortunately, I haven't run into too many experiences like that, but it's the fact that wheelchair sports doesn't get all that much exposure. That when you talk to a person, they're not really aware of how much of an athlete a wheelchair athlete really is. They just think, oh, you're doing it, and they tend to sort of compare it with a recreational sport.
Right. Oh, isn't that sweet?
Yeah, isn't that sweet? You're getting out, you're doing something, instead of like an elite level activity where the athletes train every day for hours on end to try to improve themselves as much as possible.
What do you want people to understand? What do you want the uninitiated to understand about what you guys do?
Really, like I've been talking about, I'd really like to get across the point that the athletes that play wheelchair basketball at the college level and beyond are real athletes that are as dedicated to their sport as able-bodied athletes that are more prevalent on TV are dedicated to their sport. It's the same level of dedication, the same level of work is put into the game, and it's not something that we just do to do. It's something
right.
that we love doing, that sort of fuels us from, we take pride in it.
Sure.
Really.
I played sports growing up, played football in college, and I know what playing the game meant to me.
Right.
As a man, outside of what it meant for me as an athlete. How about for you? Playing in the sport, playing with your teammates. What's it mean for you as a man, young man?
It means a lot. I mean, my life is based around my athletics. It's a passion that I've always had, and it's sort of a way to really get for me to exercise my full and complete potential. It's something that athletic ability is something I had a knack for as a kid, but now growing up, it's something that I get to really realize my self-worth by trying to take it as far as I possibly can. And I take so much pleasure in training hard and seeing my improvements throughout. And it sort of gives you that confidence. Like all athletes take their confidence from their sport and they sort of apply it to other aspects of their life, and it's the same thing with wheelchair sports.
So for those who look at you and want to pity you, you say what?
No. We don't need or deserve any of their pity. It's not a life it's not a life to pity, really. I mean, instead of walking on two legs, we push on four wheels. We can still do everything else. We're still training as elite athletes. We're still here at an elite university. I mean, you look at it, there's really nothing to pity.